So go ahead and grab your mat, get everything set up for yourself. Today's practice, we're going to go through a mandala sequence, and it's one of my favorite types of sequencing to do. What that means is we'll be turning around a complete 360 on our mat in our practice. So have your phone set up so that you can see me, or if you're really good with just hearing my cues and going by that, that's awesome. But it'll be a fun practice. So it was taught to me by one of my favorite teachers when I first came out to California and started practicing. So yeah, it's a fun way to practice. A fun way to practice. So grab your mat and get everything laid out. We're going to get started in a child's pose when you are ready. So we'll begin there. Alrighty, so big toes touching, knees open wide, reach your arms up and over your head, melt your forehead down onto the ground. Just take a moment to settle into your space, relaxing onto your mat, noticing your breath, welcoming yourself to your mat, to your practice. And we're going to start with a round of communal breath together, letting go of all of your air through your nose. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let everything go. Big breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And one more time, big breath in through the nose. And open mouth, exhale, release. Now coming into your natural breath, or maybe that ujjayi breath if it's part of your practice, constricting the back of the throat. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose as that beautiful ocean-like wave starts to play at the back of your throat. We'll take a few breaths here just to create that intention for our practice, that dedication to someone, something, or maybe just letting this practice be about you and taking care of yourself. And once you settle into that intention, we're going to inhale to roll up into a tabletop position. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. We'll start with our sunbird postures. Right leg is going to extend back long behind you, toes flex towards the ground. That core is engaged. If it feels comfortable for you, reach that left hand forward, thumb facing up. Look down on your mat, engage the core. Breathing here, holding. Find a nice straight line from the fingertips to the heels. Take an inhale together, and then on our next exhale, we're going to crunch elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee. One more time, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee. Good, inhale, reach back here. Take a bend into your right knee. Left hand swings back for your foot. Maybe grab a hold of that foot, maybe stay here, maybe kick into that right foot, lifting up, adding in a little bit of a back bend. Good, hold another breath. Then release the left hand, but keep that right leg long behind you. We're gonna kickstand the left toes out to the left and open up into a side plank variation. So our right toes are now flexed towards the right, reaching up with the right hand. Option here, take a bend into your right knee, and then take another back bend. Those toes come to the back of the head. Good. We're going to come into a big movement here. So from here, we're going to step that right foot all the way to the top of the mat in your low lunge. Anjaneyasana, set yourself up, release the left toes behind you, sweep both arms up and over the head. Relax those shoulders down the back, gaze up at the fingertips. Feel that left hip and psoas peeling open. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Half split, half Hanumanasana. Release the hands to the ground. Straighten the right leg. Dig your heel into the ground. Flex your toes towards your face. Left hip stays stacked over the left knee. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Holding and breathing. With every exhale, can you fold just a little bit deeper here? One more breath. Good. Rebend into that right knee. Keep your hands on the ground. Tuck the left toes under. Lift your knee off of the mat. Step back and hold your high plank. Our first high plank here. Heels stacked over the toes. Press into the palms. Round through the shoulders just slightly. Core engaged. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. We're going to lower all the way to the belly. So if you need to lower the knees first, go ahead and lower the knees. Keep those elbows hugged in close to the body as you lower all the way down to the belly. Baby Cobra, Bhujangasana. Release the toes behind you. Press into the toenails. Inhale, lift the heart in the chest. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, lift the heart in the chest. Exhale, forehead to mat. One more time. Inhale, lift the heart in the chest, press into those toenails, hover the hands off of the ground, use your lower back, inhale an inch higher. Exhale to release. From here, press back, child's pose, big toes to touch, knees open wide, arms reaching up and over the head, just one breath there, and then inhale, tabletop position. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, taking it over to the other side. Left leg extends back long behind you. When you're ready, extend that right hand forward, thumb facing up. Look down on your mat. Keep everything engaged. From the heel to the fingertip, there's a nice straight line. We'll add in that core. Take an inhale together. Next, exhale, crunch elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Activate that core. Inhale, reach back. Tiger pose. Bend into your knee. Right hand swings back for your foot. Kick into that foot. Open up that heart and chest. Good. Right hand lowers to the mat. Left leg is long behind you. Kickstand that right foot out to the right. Open up to that side plank variation. Left toes are flexed. Reach up with the left fingertips. And then option to take a bend into your left knee. Add in your back bend here. Beautiful. Very slowly, we're going to release that foot and step it all the way to the top of the mat, coming into that low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Release the right toes behind you, and then sweep both arms up and over the head. Shoulders relax behind you, gaze up in between your fingertips. Feel that right hip and psoas peeling open. Beautiful. Next, exhale, lower those hands down onto the mat, half split, half Hanumanasana. Left leg straightens. Right hip over the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Breathing here for the count of 3. Dig that left heel into the ground, flex your toes to your face. Right hip is stacked over that knee. One more big inhale. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, bend into that left knee. Keep your hands on the mat. Tuck the right toes under. Lift your knee. Step back, high plank. Hold it once again. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. This time, maybe lower in one piece all the way down to your belly. Another round of baby cobra. Release those toes behind you. Inhale, lift the heart in the chest. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, lift the heart in the chest. Exhale, forehead to mat. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift that heart and chest. Press into those toenails. Lift the arms off of the ground. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Release. From here, press back, child's pose, just for 1 breath. Inhale, tabletop position. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Take our cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart in the chest. Exhale, chin to heart, round through the spine. Inhale, drop that belly, lift the heart. Exhale, chin to heart, round. 3 more at your own pace. Going with your breath. Feeling that ebb and flow in the spine. Pausing anywhere that feels good for you. Take that last round. We'll meet back in a neutral tabletop position, setting up for our downward facing dog. Tuck those toes under, hover the knees off of the ground about 1 inch or 2. Activate that core here. Knees are hovering off the ground. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips and the tailbone high. Melt those heels back, down dog. Then begin to pedal it out here. Bending into one knee, then the other. Sway your hips out, maybe a couple rolls forward and back from your high plank to down dog. Again, this is your practice. Make it your own. Challenge yourself. Or just allow your body to relax. Start to find some stillness here. Heels to the ground, chest towards your thighs. Maybe a little bend in the knees, coming onto the tippy toes if the chest doesn't quite get back to the thighs. We're trying to get the spine long and straight here. Look back at the toes for 3, 2, and 1. Bend through those knees. Look to the top of your mat. Walk those feet all the way forward. We're coming into ragdoll pose. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold to ragdoll. Reach for opposite elbows. Let the head go. Let the neck go. Sway side to side. Shaking your head out yes and no. Release all that stress and tension in the body. And then we'll come up to a halfway lift once again, releasing those hands. Exhale, fold just a little deeper. With the bend in the knees, slowly start to roll that body up, one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up to standing. Shoulders roll back behind you, palms face forward, gaze forward. Relax through those shoulders. Lift all 10 toes off the ground, relower them one at a time. Find a beautiful stance for yourself. Remembering that intention you'd set here. Next, inhale, arms will sweep up and over the head. Extended Tadasana. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana. Reach those arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana. Reach up, look up. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Reach up, adding in our full sun A. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step back into a high plank, hold here. Shoulders over the wrists, slightly shift those shoulders forward, heel over the toes, lower halfway down this time, knees first if you need to. Upward facing dog, hold your up dog, thighs lifted off the ground, shoulders roll back behind you, gaze forward. And then tuck those toes under, downward facing dog. Breathing here, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. At the bottom of that exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana. We'll go through that 2 more times. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, high to low plank. Up dog. Thighs lifted off the mat. Down dog. Chest drops to your thighs. 3 breaths on your own. Noticing your body in this down dog. Hips lifted up high. Maybe those heels melt a little closer to the mat every time you come here. And at the bottom of that next exhale, bend through your knees, look to the top of your mat, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana. One more time through. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. And exhale, plant those hands, step or maybe hop back to a low chaturanga this time. Upward facing Urdhva Mukha. Downward facing Adho Mukha. 3 breaths, and we'll continue to add on to our practice. Every time you come here, try to melt those heels a little closer to the mat. Remember, this practice is yours, so you're welcome to just meet in down dog and negate those chaturangas. You're welcome to add on to those chaturangas, doing some double push-ups or 3-legged variations. At the bottom of that next exhale, bend those knees, look to the top of the mat once again, bend those knees, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Keep those arms up. Big toes touching. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit low. Weight goes back into your heels. Tuck that tailbone under. Arms straight, spine straight. Lift all 10 toes off the ground. Gaze in between your fingertips and then sit lower. Challenging your body here. Find that chair behind you. One more big inhale. Feel the burn in the thighs. And then on your exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step it back. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. All the way back to downward facing dog. Good, right leg is gonna inhale up high. We're adding on from here. Bend your knee, stack your hip, keep the shoulders squared off. Circle through the ankle. Circle through that knee. Roll it out in the other direction. Good, re-bend your knee, stack your hip, keep the shoulders squared off. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, knee opposite elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Crunch it in. This will come in handy in one of our plank poses. Hold it for 2. 1, step that right foot in between your hand, high crescent lunge. Rise all the way up. Good, that back heel is stacked over the toes. Tuck the tailbone under. Big bend into that right knee. Reach the arms up and over the head. Relax your shoulders. Find that crescent lunge. Holding here. 3, 2, 1. One-legged Tadasana. From here, shift the weight into the right foot. Hug your left knee to your chest. Exhale, step it back, high crescent lunge. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, high crescent lunge. Last time, inhale, hug that knee in. Beautiful. Exhale, step it back. Hold again. 1, inhale. Exhale your hands here to the mat. Right foot steps back to meet the left foot. Rotate onto the pinky side toe of the left foot, side plank. Hold. Option to also lower that left knee like we did earlier in our practice, or take that full side plank. And then lower down chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Left leg, inhale, reach it up high, bend that knee, stack your hip. Circle through the ankle, circle through the knee. Roll it in the other direction. Re-bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, pull that left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, knee opposite elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, pull that knee to your nose, crunch it in 3, 2, 1. Lightly step it in between your hand. High crescent lunge, rising up. Right heel stacked over the toes this time. Relaxing through your shoulders, tailbone tucked under. Gazing up if that's available to you, or forward, finding that still point. Good, one more breath here. Shift your weight into that left foot. One-legged Tadasana. Mind your balance, so find that still point to gaze at. Exhale, step it back, high crescent lunge. Good, inhale. One-legged Tadasana. Exhale, high crescent lunge. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Reach those arms up. Find your deepest crescent lunge for one inhale. Exhale, lower the hands. Good, step the left foot back, this time rotating onto the pinky side toe of the right foot, side plank for 3, 2, lift those hips high, lower down, chaturanga, upward facing, all the way back, downward facing. Breathing here for 3, breathing for 2, and for 1. Let's take another vinyasa flow. Bend those knees, look to the top of your mat, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, look up. Exhale, sit low chair pose. Tailbone tucked under. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Up dog. All the way back, down dog. This is where we'll start to add in that mandala flow. So just listen for my cues. We'll be going a couple different ways on our mat. So just notice your body, listen. If you struggle, mess up, it's totally okay. Let this be fun and playful. Right leg, inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, step it in between your hand, warrior 1. Lower that back heel down. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Hips are squared off, gazing forward. You relax through the shoulders. Virabhadrasana, warrior. Notice your warrior stance here. When you think about a warrior, they're calm and focused internally, but they're strong, steady on the outside. So can you cultivate those two things together here? One more big inhale. Exhale, take your warrior 2. Right knee is stacked over the ankle. You're pressing into the pinky side toe of that left foot. Arms open to a T. Gaze over your right fingertips. You relax through the shoulders. Can you create a straight line from fingertip to fingertip? So you might not have a mirror in front of us to see that right now. So can you find that on your own? Sit a little bit lower. Challenge yourself. Remember, calm, focused, but strong and steady on the outside. From here, straighten that right leg. Take a big sigh. Reverse triangle. Right palm tips to the back wall. So from the tip of the right toes to the tip of the fingers, there should be a nice space that you're creating. A nice stretch through that right side body. We're going to keep that space in that right side body as we reach as far forward as we can with the right fingertips, and then lower to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Gaze up towards your left hand. Good. Roll that right hip under. Pull up a little bit more with the left fingertips. Core engaged. Holding here. Try to be light on that right hand, so maybe even float it off the ground or your leg. And then as you engage your core, slowly pull your way all the way up to standing. Right toes are going to turn to be parallel with the left toes. Inhale, open the heart in the chest. Exhale, bow it forward, fold. So you have options here to rock it out side to side. Maybe just finding stillness. Maybe walk those hands back to the heels. Whatever feels best for you. Holding for 2 and for 1. Hands in front of the face. Inhale, halfway lift. The first part of this flow, walk your hands to the back of your mat in a runner's lunge. Right hand is going to stay grounded. Left arm inhales up high. I'm going to add in some challenges here, so take what you need. Remember the side plank options that I've given. From here, shift onto the pinky side toe of both of your feet. Step that left foot back to meet the right foot. Next, inhale, start to draw that left foot up the right leg into a tree pose. Hold. Exhale, lower it back down nice and slow. This time, pull that right foot underneath you into a tree pose. Good. Lower that right knee on the ground. We're in that modified side plank. Float the left toes off the ground. We were here before. Bend into the left knee. Grab a hold of your foot. Take your toes to the back of your head. Find that back bend. Beautiful. Again, we're going to step that left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Find your runner's lunge. Lift the right toes off the ground. Good. This is where that movement comes in handy. One-legged Tadasana. Inhale that right knee all the way to the chest. Find your balance here. So now you're looking at the back of your room. So you might have to find a different point to gaze at. We're coming into dancer's pose. Take your right foot to the inside, so the big toe side of your right foot. Maybe this is all you got, and this is where you stay. Maybe you inhale that left arm up high, and from here start to kick into that right foot. Once you can't kick anymore, then maybe bend through the waist, but keep that chest lifted high. Beautiful. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release it, hugging that knee back into the chest. Good. Crescent lunge. Step that right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhale, lower them down. Step back high to low plank. Upward facing and downward facing. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Right leg. Inhale. Reach it up high once again. This time, step it in between your hand. We're going to lower that left knee down onto the ground, but keep your toes tucked under this time. Hands are on the mat. Pull that heart and chest forward, so you might be on the tip of your fingers. From here, exhale, straighten that right leg, digging your heel into the ground, flexing your toes towards your face, lifting those hips up nice and high. Good. We're going to rock back and forth. Inhale, lower the knee, low lunge. Pull the heart and chest forward. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Good. One more time. Inhale, pull the heart and the chest forward. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Lower the right toes. Lower that back heel down so that the back side, the pinky side of your foot is parallel to the back of your mat. So your legs are in triangle. But you're going to take your nose towards that right knee here. It's a little bit of a different stretch. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Walk those hands all the way over to the left. Turn the right toes to be parallel with the left toes. Wide-legged forward fold. This time, take that right hand underneath your face and inhale that left arm up high for a twist. Other side, lower the left hand down. Right arm inhales up for a twist. Keep those hips squared off. Beautiful. Lower down. Walk your hands all the way back to the top of your mat. We're back where we started. Toe heel that left foot to the edge of the mat. Lower the right knee down. Lizard's lunge. Come onto your forearms. Come onto your blocks. Whatever feels best here for you. Finding that lizard's lunge. Relaxing. We've got 4 breaths. Beautiful. Come back onto your hands. Right hand stays rooted, left arm reaches for the back wall. Take a bend into your right knee, pull that heel towards your glute, roll that left shoulder back and open. Hold for 3, 2, that beautiful quad stretch. One more breath. And release it. Come back through center, tuck the right toes under, lift your knee, step back, high plank, lower chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Good job. Gonna do that same flow on the other side. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Left leg inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, pull that knee to your nose. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, step it in between your hand, warrior 1. Turn the right heel down this time. Hips squared off to the front room. Reach your arms up and over the head. Warrior 1. Relax those shoulders down your back, gaze forward. Breathing here, strong and steady, warrior 1. Soft, internal calmness. Exhale, warrior 2. Okay, left knee stacked over that ankle, arms open to a T, gaze over the left fingertips. Sit even lower. Holding here, feel that burn, but hold it anyways. One more breath. We're going to straighten that left leg, reverse triangle, tip it all the way back. The left palm is facing the back wall. Maybe that right hand comes down the knee, down the thigh. Feel the length and the stretch through the left side body. As you inhale, we're going to come back through center, setting up for triangle. Reach as far forward as you can with the left fingertips. And then lower them down onto the ground. Right arm inhales up high. Left hip rolls under, pull up on the right fingertips. Breathe here. Beautiful. Engage your core. Use that to pull your way all the way back up to standing. Turn the left toes to be parallel with the right toes. Inhale, open up the heart and the chest. Exhale, fold it forward. Again, using this as your time to play with whatever feels good for you. You're welcome to throw in a headstand if that's part of your practice. Or just hang out where you are and breathe for 3. Breathing for 2. And for 1, if you did take that headstand, very slowly lower out the same way that you came in. Take a moment to reset yourself. We'll all inhale to a halfway lift, just holding for a moment so you don't get dizzy, headstanders. And walk those hands all the way to the back of your mat. We're in runner's lunge at the back. So the right foot is now forward, left hand stays on the ground. Inhale that right arm up high for a beautiful twist. Pulling up on that right hand. We'll add in that side plank once again. Rotate onto the pinky side toe of both of those feet. Right foot steps back to meet the left foot. Good. Next inhale, pull that right foot all the way up the thigh. Tree pose, hold. Lower that right foot all the way down. Inhale that left foot all the way up the right thigh, hold. Good, and then lower that left knee down. We're in that modified side plank. Float the right toes off the mat. Good. Bend into that knee. Take your toes to the back of your head. From here, we're going to swing that right foot all the way back to the top of the mat, coming into your runner's lunge. Excuse me. Tuck the left toes under, lift your knee. Remember that one-legged Tadasana. From here, we're going to come all the way up, one-legged Tadasana. Find that still point to gaze at the back of your mat. Good. Dancer's pose. Taking that foot behind you, grabbing the inside of that left foot, so the big toe side of your foot. Inhale the right arm up high. Kick into that left foot. Start to bend through the waist. Breathe here. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Pull that left knee back into the chest and then step back to your high crescent lunge. Inhale, reach those arms all the way up and over the head. Exhale, lower down. High to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Beautiful. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Left leg, inhale, reach it up high. Step it in between your hand. Lower that right knee down. Keep the toes tucked under. Come onto those fingertips. Inhale the heart and the chest forward. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Dig the heel into the ground. Flex your toes towards your face. Rocking it back and forth. Inhale, lift that heart and chest forward. Exhale, send it back. One more time. Inhale, pull the heart and the chest forward. Exhale, send it back and hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower the left toes. Lower that right heel. You're in your triangle pose with your legs, folding forward over that left leg, nose towards your knee. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands all the way back. Or walk your hands towards the right. You're in your wide-legged forward fold. Right hand comes underneath the face. The left arm inhales up high, taking it a little bit deeper this time. Left hand binds behind you, trying to reach for your right thigh. Right hand pulls towards that left ankle, pulling your elbow to the ground, gazing up and over that left shoulder. Good, come back through center. Left hand underneath your face, right arm inhales up high. Bind that right hand behind you, reaching for the left thigh. Left hand reaches for the right ankle, pull that elbow to the ground, gaze up and over the right shoulder. Good, release, come back through center, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take 1 big forward fold. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Walk those hands back over to the right. You're in that runner's lunge. Toe heel your right foot to the edge of the mat and find your lizard's lunge. Lowering onto your forearms or staying exactly where you are on those hands. Whatever feels good for you. Taking that and breathing here. When you're ready, come back onto those hands. Left hand stays rooted, right arm reaches back. Take a bend into that left knee. Grab a hold of your foot, pull your heel to your glute, roll the right shoulder back and up. Gaze up at the sky, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release it, come back through center. Tuck the left toes under, lift your knee, step back, high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha. Downward facing Adho Mukha. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And for 1, pigeon pose. Right leg inhale, reach it up high. Right shin comes parallel to the front of your mat. Walk those left toes back long behind you. Walk your hands back to your hips. Open up that heart and chest. And then fold it forward all the way down to the ground. Relaxing down here. Noticing that right hip, all the sensations that are there. They might scream at you and say, let me out of this posture. But unless it's painful, can you breathe through it? With every exhale, let go just a little bit deeper. Noticing all the thoughts that might arise here. And what would happen if you just let all of those thoughts go? Maybe you notice you fall a little deeper into this posture. Good. From here, we're going to walk our hands back up to our hips. We're going to come into Gomukhasana. So I'm going to show you from this angle, and then I'll turn to face you. We're going to sit on that right hip, and we're going to swing that left leg all the way around so that our knees are stacked one on top of the other. So I'm going to turn around to face you. So you might need to rock forward a little bit just to make sure that those knees are stacked one on top of the other. Do your best to get there. We might not all be able to get there, so just do your very best. Hands are on your feet if that feels good to you. If this is all you've got, this is all you've got, and that's totally okay. Or you can start to fold your way all the way forward, taking your nose towards that left knee. And we're going to hold here for about 3 breaths. Should feel this in the hips. Take one more breath. Good. And then to go along with our mandala flow, we're going to take a funky little transition here. So keeping your feet exactly where they are, just tuck those toes under, take your hands over to the right side of your mat. And you're just going to come up onto those tippy toes and then keep those feet where they are, turn all the way around. Good. And this time, your right knee should be stacked on top of the left knee. And if you didn't quite get it, that's totally okay. Just come into Gomukhasana on the other side. The right knee is now stacked on top of the left knee. We'll try it again in some other classes, or I can guide you through it after if you have any questions. Good. Hang out here or fold it all the way forward. 3 breaths. And then walk those hands all the way back up. And we're just coming into that pigeon pose on the other side. So now you can take that right leg, swing it all the way back behind you. I'm going to face back on forward onto my mat. And now you're in your pigeon pose. So walk those hands back towards your hips. Open up that heart and chest. And then bow your way all the way forward. And this side might be different. It might feel different. You might be deeper into it. You might need some support. So grab a pillow or anything that you can slide underneath that hip if it feels good for you. And then just noticing this without any judgment of it. Not every side of our body is going to be the same. And that's totally okay. Remember the inhales and the exhales softly through the nose. We're here for another 3, 2, and 1. Walk those hands back to your hips. Tuck the right toes under. Lift your knee. Left foot goes all the way back into your 3-legged down dog. Then just step it back to down dog. Pedal it out if you need to. Relax into this down dog. We're going to take one last vinyasa flow together. Inhale, roll forward to your high plank. Hold it here. Lower down through your chaturanga. Upward facing, all the way back. Downward facing. 3 breaths in this final down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale into that tabletop position, setting up for puppy pose. Keep those hips over the knees. Walk your hands as far forward as you can, melting your heart, your chin, your chest to the ground. 4 breaths in this puppy pose. Two more. And then press back to a child's pose. Allow the forehead to rest on the mat. Maybe rock it side to side, just to release a little bit through the neck if you were in the fullest expression of your puppy pose. And then from here, walk those hands all the way back up. Swing your legs around. Scoot those hips forward. Heels close into the glutes. Reach the palms forward and then very slowly take your way all the way down to your back. Hands by your side. We're gonna take 3 rounds of bridge pose for our practice today. So the first round, set yourself up, heels close to the glutes, feet and knees are hip width distance apart, palms are by your side. When you're ready, take an inhale, and on your exhale, press and lift those hips all the way up as high as you can. Maybe keep the hands by your side, maybe roll those shoulders back behind you. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then very slowly lower your weight all the way down. Realign those feet if you need to. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. And on your exhale, press and lift all the way up. Breathing here, whatever variation you want to do on this round. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Maybe arms come over the head, high onto your tippy toes, lower all the way down. Good, and then set yourself up for the last round. Yogi's choice, full wheel, bridge pose, whatever you feel your body wants right now this Friday, take it. When you're ready, inhale and exhale, press and lift up into whatever variation feels right for you. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your weight all the way down. And then allow those knees to just gently rock side to side. Windshield wiper them from right to left, left to right. Good. And coming back through center, hug those knees into your chest. Keep the right knee in, lower that left leg down long for your supine twist. Left hand comes onto that right knee and pull your right knee over to the left. Right arm opens out to the right, gaze over the right shoulder. Allow those eyes to start to close down here. Allow the breath to start to soften. Good, come back through center. Hug those knees into your chest again. This time the right leg lowers down long, hug that left knee into your chest. And then take your supine twist on the other side. Gaze over the left shoulder this time. Breathe here. And come back through center. Hug those knees in. Take a little rock side to side. And we're going to take our inversion here, plow pose. From here, start to rock up and down the spine. Big rocks up and down. And when you're eventually ready, those toes will come all the way over the head into your plow pose. Take your hands onto the lower part of your back. If this isn't available for you, maybe you just stay here with your legs as if they were up the wall. Plow pose, keep that neck still. Maybe the toes lower all the way to touch the ground behind you. If you want to take your shoulder stand, hug those elbows close into your body, hands on the lower part of your back. Then from here, start to straighten those legs up all the way to the sky. You should feel a little bit of weight in the hands here. That's how you know your back is nice and straight. Maybe play around with the legs. And then shoulder stands. We're going to slowly lower all the way back to plow for a moment. Maybe lowering those knees to your ears. Then very slowly, one vertebra at a time, Lower your weight all the way down. Release those toes long on your mat, fish pose. Take the hands with a diamond shape underneath your glutes, so thumb and pointer finger touching. Press into the forearms, lift the heart and the chest, drop the crown of the head onto your mat. Point the toes, option to float the toes off of the ground. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Release those hands. Release your way down onto the ground. Again, hugging those knees into the chest. Just give yourself a big hug and squeeze here. If there's anything else you feel you need, happy baby, Supta Baddha Konasana, you're welcome to take that as well. Otherwise, we're gonna end here. Hug those knees into your chest. Take your forehead to your knees. Give yourself the tightest hug and squeeze. Take one big inhale. And then on your exhale, release into Shavasana. Letting everything go heavy on the ground. Any last wiggles you might need to take out of your body to make yourself that much more comfortable, go ahead and take that now. In the same way we began this practice, we'll end. Big breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it all out. Big breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale to release. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. So this is the most important part of your practice, Shavasana. So make sure you take this for yourself. You don't turn it off early. This is the part to integrate everything that we just did. Let the breath soften and let the body relax here. And trust that I will call you out when the time is right. When you're ready, you can start to bring some life, some breath, some movement back into your body, back into the space around you. Wiggle out through the fingers, the toes, the ankles, the wrists. And then give yourself that full body stretch from the tip of the fingers to the tip of the toes. Hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug and squeeze. And roll over onto your favorite side, taking a moment to recenter, reground yourself. When you're complete, go ahead and press your way up to a comfortable seated position. Spine long, sit bones resting on the earth, palms facing up on the knees or down, depending on what you feel like you need right now. On your next inhale together, we'll reach those arms all the way up and over the head. Bring your palms to touch over the head. Then exhale those hands down to your heart center. Bow your head towards your heart. Honor yourself. Thank yourself for making time and space for your practice, for taking care of your body. Thank you for letting me guide you on this flow this Friday. Namaste.
Thank you for watching Kula Wellness on YouTube. Please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button below.